Hello level 2s, welcome back to another video on organic chemistry. So hopefully you can remember we did last time we did naming complex chains. Remember the methyl group instead of just methane. The side chains is either methyl and ethyl, and I trust you've had some practice doing that. So today we're going to learn about something else a bit different, a bit of a twin situation where we have a molecule that might have the same formula but could look different, and we call this structural isomers. So a structural isomer is a word used to describe different molecules that might have the same formula but will look different. For example, let's quickly have a look at the first molecule that we'll. So if we have a molecule that looks like this, C5H12, by default, what we're going to do, we know that's 5 C's. It could be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that is our first molecule with that formula C5H12. But because we know that there's so many other variations, other chains that could go in, and it doesn't necessarily mean that C5 is a pentane. So we could change that and say, well, if we have 5 C's, we might have 5 C's in a line, all lined up. 4 C's lined up, and then the fifth one might not be on this end to make it a pentane. It might break off and come here as a side chain. And now we don't have a pentane, we have a butane with a little methyl group on the second carbon. So this would be called 2-methyl butane. Another variation that we could have is if we have 3 in a chain, and we have another methyl group that's broken off, and it might go and sit there. And by doing this, we have 2 methyls on the second carbon, and the main chain is a propane. So then we have, this one will be called 2,2-dimethyl propane. So this, having either being 5 carbons, or we could have 4 carbons, 4 and a methyl group on the end, or we could have another one that has 3 carbons and 2 on the sides. And that these 3 molecules, although they look different, all have the same formula C5H12, and that is what we call structural isomers. Okay, so the question in the exam might be, they'll give you a formula and they ask you to draw 5 or 6 of these structural isomers depending on the size of the molecule that they give you. So the ideal would be to draw the first longest chain that we could possibly do, and then from the longest chain take off one of the carbons and start adding it as methyl groups, and then when that is finished and you still have to draw more, break another carbon and then add it either as an ethyl group or as 2 methyl groups, and so on, and then hopefully we can make up all 5 or 4 structures that they ask you for that formula. So I'm hoping that that makes sense. That was structural isomers. Remember, structural isomers are variations of molecules with the same formula or the same atoms, and these atoms are just arranged in a different way.